Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, Baseball Collector, and today is Tuesday. Man, we're less than 10 days now away from Hobbypalooza. It's coming up soon, and let me tell you, there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, a lot of exciting things. It's going to be pretty epic. Lots of people involved. We're just trying to make this a whole lot of fun for everyone in the community and just make it a great time. It's that simple. That's what we want this to be. It's a great time. A lot of people sharing, a lot of people checking out other stuff and looking at other channels. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'll put the link down below to the website where you can see the agenda and see who's all participating, and it's going to be pretty awesome. But I do have some mail that I want to show off. That's the main reason for this video. But a lot of people have been just amazingly supportive when they heard about my parents and they're dealing with COVID. Both of them are now out of the hospital, just so you know. They are home recovering, hopefully not killing each other. That's the hope right now, and the prayer right now is they don't kill each other, but they're just trying to recover. It's a long road. This thing is no joke. They were seriously sick. My mom ended up being in the hospital for 10, 11 days, something like that. My dad, I think it was 4 or 5 days. I can't remember. But they're both home. So all the prayers, all the well wishes and thoughts that people threw their way, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. That is, and they still need it, so keep going. They're still recovering, but they're much, much better. And it looks like they're going to be, getting through this, and that'll be good. So, okay, that's the update on that. Let's start looking at some mail. Here we go. All right, so the first thing I want to show and talk about is from one of my really good friends. His name is JT. His YouTube channel is Triple Crown 24. He just got over 1,000 subs. Well deserved for JT. And he and I have been friends. We've met in person for the first time at the National last year. And that's what the National does, guys. It allows you to meet bunches of people, make connections, make friendships. And anyway, JT's one of those just amazing guys. He's incredibly young, but incredibly knowledgeable about the hobby, intuitive, just a great eye for cards. He's a Miggy Cabrera super collector, and he's incredibly talented in terms of like using technology and stuff. And so he made something. He's done this for a couple of other guys, and he made something for me that I'm going to have a hard time showing here, but I'm going to do my best. So what he did was he made this, he calls it a poster. I just call it kind of a picture, but he did this, he made this art piece for me in the form of a comic book. And I'm a huge Spider-Man guy, and he knows that. And so he made this for me, and I'll show the whole thing in a second. But what I love is the amazing attention to detail. I mean, up at the top there, you've got the Keep Collecting Collector's Edition, because I always say keep collecting at the end of every video. He's got July 2020. He's got up here, he's got the Amazing Baseball Collector in the same font as the Amazing Spider-Man. Behind it is my picture of my 500 Home Run Club piece. I mean, a lot of cool little details. Down here at the bottom, he's got like everything's like comic. Like I don't know what the word is for the way the art is done, but it's like made into like a comic book. It's been cartoonized, is maybe the way to say it. And he's got the Spider-Man face with the Rangers cap saying "Feed the Beast," and then over on the sides he's got, these are all cards that I own. Like these are my versions of these cards. The Aaron rookie, the Reggie rookie, Jeter, Nolan, of course the awesome Mickey Mantle. You got little Tom Seaver sticking out there, Griffey, Ricky, and Bob Gibson. I mean, it's just so well thought out, so cool. It's already framed up. I got to find a place to put it. It's going to go in a very prominent place here in my man cave here, the card room. So just incredibly neat of JT to be that thoughtful and that creative, all of that stuff, man. So JT, you're the man. Thank you. All right, normal stuff. Well, speaking of YouTubers, so I bought a card that's way out of my swim lane, for my usual swim lane. And I have great respect for cards like this. I'm going to show it in a second, but I bought it from Mr. Nolan, Elite Co 3, who is on the YouTube and Instagram and eBay, and there's his eBay store. So Nolan had this card. I saw it in his PSA reveal and texted back and forth with him. Hey, do you still have that card? Yes, but I'll give it to you, or not give it to you. I'll give you a good deal on it. We made a deal. I paid him, and I got the card really quick. And it's this guy right here. It's a Hall of Fame football rookie, Joe Montana, 1981 Topps, and a PSA 7. And if y'all know Nolan at all, he has a great eye for cards. He wouldn't have even sent this to PSA if he didn't think it was a good example of the Joe Montana rookie. And so I trust his eye way more than I trust mine. And a 7 is in one of those price ranges that I think is reasonable for something that's not a huge focus for me. But this is a card that's part of the top 250 cards of the hobby, top 250 sports cards, and the top 200 sports cards. So I've been eyeballing it. I also want to get a Jerry Rice rookie. So there's some other football cards that I want, just kind of some of the bigger, more iconic cards in the football card world, and this is definitely one of them. I totally remember buying 81 Topps football. That was the first year I started collecting, and I never had this card. That's not true. I probably had it. It's long since been either given away, traded away, or whatever, because I don't really have any of my childhood football cards anymore, but I had a bunch when I was a kid. So just saw this and made a deal with Nolan. It was super easy, and I'm just so glad to have that as part of my collection now. All the rest is baseball. Back to baseball. I know. So one Hall of Fame autograph that I got, and that is the 1967 Topps Phil Niekro signed card. Actually, it's a really nice example of the 67 Topps Phil Niekro card. And so I've been picking up a lot of these Hall of Fame, player era autos, and when I can get to see them and they're already slabbed and Hall of Fame inscription, even all of that for the price that I got, I'm like, yeah, I'll pick that up. And this is actually my 200th Hall of Famer player era autograph. So just for Topps. So I love it. I have a lot of them, and I'm continuing to build that as I see them. All the rest are slabs for the 4-decade monstrosity of a project. We start off, we're going to go backwards in time. Here's an 89 Topps Kirby Puckett All-Star card in a Gem Mint 10. Then I got an 88 Topps Turn Back the Clock of Jim Rice in a Mint 9. So you got to get everything, if it has a Hall of Famer picture on it, it's a Topps card, you better believe I'm looking for it. And a lot of these are really inexpensive, but they're cards that are on that list for me, kind of this want list. And so as I see them really cheap, like this Tommy Lasorda here in a Mint 9, I was able to pick that up. Got to get the managers. They're not all the big players. You got to kind of fill in with the other guys too. So there's a Lasorda. Here is an 85 Topps Joe Torre in a Mint 9. And what's cool is like I bought this card for less than it cost to grade it. So I could send in one of my own, which we all saw how that went, how good I am at picking cards to send in for grading when I did my PSA reveal yesterday. But just buy the 9, which is great. It's a great grade, or perfectly adequate grade for me. And when you spend less than it costs to get it slabbed, then that's a win. Here is an 84 Topps Brewers pitching and batting leaders, and it's got Hall of Fame catcher Ted Simmons there. That's also in a Mint 9. And again, I think like this was $6 or $7. So there you go. I got a Joe Torre 1977 Topps. So if they were a Hall of Fame manager, I still want their playing day cards too, because they're still a Hall of Famer and they were on a Topps card. And so I'm trying to get all the Torres playing day cards, even Tommy Lasorda and Dick Williams and Whitey Herzog, all those guys. They have playing day cards. And then you have players like Frank Robinson. They're Hall of Fame players that also were managers. And so this 75 Topps card shows Frank Robinson as he was the player manager, I think, for the 75 Indians. So he has a regular Topps card in 75 Topps, which is his last Topps card, I believe. And then you've got him pictured as the manager for the Indians. So pick that up as well. And we've got a 74 Topps. You got the All-Star catchers with Johnny Bench and Carlton Fisk. Love that. Got a 72 Topps. It's beautiful Orlando Cepeda here in a near mint to mint 8. 72 Topps is one of those sets that's just grown on me over the years. Wouldn't say it's my favorite set, but I certainly don't hate it as much as I used to when I was younger. Maybe that's just getting old. You just kind of accept things. 71 Topps, Bob Lemon. Of course, Hall of Fame pitcher. Ironically, most of his career for the Indians, if not all his career, I can't remember, but he was a manager for a long time for different teams, and there he is on the Royals. And same story here. Got a 70 Topps Red Schoendienst, who was a Hall of Fame player, but was a Cardinals manager for a long time. So pick that up. And my last card of the day for this mail day is a very nice 1969 Topps Brooks Robinson All-Star. Man, Topps hit home runs when they did these All-Star cards. Late 50s and throughout the 60s, they just killed it. Really smart designs, just very just beautiful cards. That's all I can say about it. So there you go. That is all I have to show you guys today. Thanks for tuning in, checking it out. We will talk to you guys soon. Keep collecting.